Hello and welcome to another Eldritch Moon draft here on Cheap Ass MTG. Opened up a pretty strong pack here. We've got a foil distended Mindbender, which is a pretty strong rare. I think the only thing you say against it is that it has somewhat diminishing returns later in the game. The discard becomes less valuable, but if you can play this on sort of turn 4 or 5 or 6, it's going to be excellent. I think for that reason I'm going to take it. I think it's probably better than any uncommon. It's definitely better than Gnarlwood Dryad and Incendiary Flow, despite them both being excellent cards. It's a very strong pack for this. It's also a Choking Restraint and a Boon of Emrakul. But yeah, very happy to take a Descended Mindbender here. Okay, and we get past a very strong pack too. We've got a Weaver of Lightning, which I think is one of the stronger uncommons. With like any burn spell, really, it's going to be a really excellent card. If we wanted to stay black, there's a Boon of Emrakul, but I think that's enough worse than some of the other things, so it's probably not worth taking. And there's also a Sublime Archangel. I don't really like black-white as an archetype, though. There's also a Mourn Willow, which is good. It's a bit, it's a very aggressive card in a very not aggressive colour combination, which is kind of odd. Now there's also an Ulmwald Captive, which I think is the best green common by a decent amount. I mean, black-red isn't the sort of classically best archetype for Weaver of Lightning, but I think I am going to take it here. I think the upside's so high on this card. Okay, so getting a third pick Choking Restraints here, which is something of a signal. There's also a Boon of Emrakul, though. And I think given that we already have a Distended Mindbender, I might just take that. They're both better than Alchemist's Greeting. I suppose the only thing about Alchemist's Greeting is if we are going to be black-red, it gets much better. Because you do have the discard outlets on the whole. I think it's somewhat close between these two. I think we probably want the Boon, though, just because we have more of an incentive to be black than red at this stage. So this is a pretty late Ulmwald Captive, which could certainly be something of a signal. We do see this Alchemist Greeting still in the pack, though, which I say in black-red can be excellent. Yeah, I think it's between these two cards for sure. I think we want the Ulmwald Captive. I think it's just enough of a better card. It's kind of close, though. Okay. Now we get a pack with a lot of good blue in it. Drowning Behemoth is pretty good. I think it's maybe not quite as good as Wretched Griff, but it's pretty good. There's also a Grizzled Angler, which is also excellent in the sort of blue-green Emerge deck. Though we'd very much like to play with Descended Mindbender. The options outside of blue are so weak here, though. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take the Behemoth. It's also very splashable. That's the other thing. Okay, so this can be something of a signal, actually. We're getting a pretty late Exultant Cultist here. So I think we just take that. So kind of the obvious pick here is Woodland Patrol. We could well end up splashing something in this deck, though, so I'm kind of tempted to take this Terrarian. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Like, the fact that, yeah, A, we might end up splashing something, and B, we might end up caring about Delirium. I think between those two things, it makes taking a Terrarian there correct. I'll take this Gavony Unhallowed. I've been pretty impressed with the card. Okay, so Alchemist Greeting Wield. It's a pretty good sign. Sublime Archangel and Ironclad Slayer came back. That's kind of odd. Are we really going to play this take inventory? It seems quite unlikely. Also seems very unlikely we end up white, though. Yeah, I guess we take this. Field Creeper can be fine if you care about Delirium enough, I think. Turn aside is a pretty good sideboard card. No one should ever play these cards. Okay, so we've got quite mixed signals in that pack. We kind of end up between colours, so hopefully we can cement ourselves into a base colour pair at the start of this pack. I think it's pretty unlikely we're green at this stage. We haven't seen a huge amount since we got a few Ulnwald captives at the start. But since then we've not seen much green at all. So here we have another Weaver of Lightning, when 2 of them is pretty insane. There's also an Incendiary Flow, which is excellent, and a Galvanic Bombardment, which is good, but I think worse than Incendiary Flow. I think the thing is if we can take 2 of these, we can then put such a premium on and really get paid off for any burn or just any instants and sorceries, really, that I think it's probably worth taking this. I think that's reasonable. I think they're all better than Eldrazi Scourge. I've not been that impressed with that card. A 3rd Weaver of Lightning? That's insane. Okay, this pack's really strong, by the way. There's also a Clear Shot, a Vexing Scuttler, and a Thermo Alchemist. And a Vilden Pack Outcast. But I think we're just taking this 3rd Weaver of Lightning. Seems very good. So Weaver of Lightning obviously is his best in blue-red, which we're not super well set up for at the moment. We have these 2 blue cards, but not our best. It's a very late Clear Shot, which like half of me wants to take, but then it's pretty awkward with, we just have this 1 Ulnwald captive. So that there's like a Gavony Unhallowed and an Abundant Maw. I mean, I like Gavony Unhallowed, but I'm not sure I particularly want the 2nd one that much. Yeah, I guess we take him. I've not been super impressed with Abundant Maw. Okay, here's a Succumb to Temptation. The double black's looking a bit rough, though. Could still try and go blue and take this Curious Homunculus. Guess we just take this, though. Okay, here's an Olivia's Dragoon, which goes well with our Alchemist Greeting and any Madness cards we might pick up in pack 2. There's also an Abandon Reason, which is a pretty excellent combat trick. I think it's better than Borrowed Hostility. I mean, the thing is, we just want instants and sorcerers, really. I guess we just take this Abandon Reason. It's a bit of a wrench passing that Dragoon, though. Could take a second Succumb to Temptation here, that might be fine. It's a shame this is such a good Grizzled Angler deck. I think we're looking to go pretty hard in the black-red direction here. A third Succumb to Temptation seems somewhat problematic, though. We could speculate on this Grizzled Angler. I mean, can we take Otherworldly Outburst? Like, I generally don't think this card is playable, but with 3 Weaver of Lightnings, and we're really struggling for instants and sorcerers, like, it might be fine. No, I think let's just speculate on this. Yeah, I guess we'll just take a Deranged Whelp here. The card's reasonable. So we're currently on 1, 2, 3, 4 instants and sorcerers. It's pretty bad. Hope not to play this card. Let's take it. Okay, I don't think we can really make Foam Alchemist work here. I'm going to take Vildenpack Outcast. It's really late for this card. I think this pack was like insanely strong though. I generally don't like Succumb to Temptation. Like the double black really hurts it, I think. But yeah, just being having 3 Weavers and not remotely enough instants or sorcerers, I think it's like playable in this deck. Grim Harvest, I think, is a decent sideboard card, actually. It's a really slow matchup. You can just make like millions of zombies off of this. We also have a few zombies, like giving you Gavnian Hallowed Menace is not nothing. Nice. Okay, pretty happy to get that Borrowed Hostility so late. Okay, so Go Reach Bandit is a fine card. Like 3/2 haste for 3 is pretty good already. Transforming into a 4/3 is pretty relevant, and you know, if you ever can get this flipped straight away, that would be pretty awesome. Pretty weak pack outside of that. Could take a Mork at Necropod, I suppose, but we have quite a lot of big stuff already. This is better than Howlpack Wolf for sure. Not a great pack for us. I guess we take like Twins. It's pretty bad though. Seems really unlikely we'll get Indulgent Aristocrat to work. Like, even if we got a Call of the Bloodline, it's, you know, we have like no other vampires. We've got like a 2/2 in the sideboard somewhere, but don't like that card. Ooh, Sinister Concoction's nice pickup fame. Pretty bad that we haven't picked up any more instants and sorcerers in this pack, but ooh, a Call of the Bloodline and a Heir to Falconwrath, and a Reduced to Ashes. Oh, what do we have in Wave Madness cards? We've got the Twins, and we've got Abandon Reason. Guess we take the Heir here. Like, we don't have a lot of madness to make this work, and you know, this obviously you only need to activate once, so it's not quite as demanding. Call for Bloodline is a better card, though. Also, if we can get that Indulgent Aristocrat back, it's pretty excellent with Call for Bloodline. I think I'm going to take the Heir, though. I could see that being wrong, for sure. Ooh, get a lightning axe, that's great. It's rather excellent for us. So we'd certainly actually play a Tormenting Voice in this deck, just to like trigger Weaver of Lightnings, and you know, occasionally we get to discard a Twins. On the other hand, Reduce to Ashes is a pretty solid removal spell. Got quite a lot of removal already though. Oh, we've got an Alchemist Greeting as an Amanda's card. I forgot about that. I'm actually going to take the Tormenting Voice here. Okay, I guess we just want this Blood Mad Vampire. Just because our creature count is getting a little low. And we don't have any like particularly great combos with Uncaged Fury. Do we want an Ember Eye Wolf? I don't think so. Let's take Explosive Apparatus on the sideboard. We might play Hellpack Wolf. I mean, we're not playing anything else from this pack. Okay, we do get the Aristocrat back. Can't imagine that Call for Bloodlines coming back for him. Okay, well, I don't think we're splashing this Drownyard Behemoth. Seems pretty greedy. And we can cut this Terrarian. I don't think we... Do we have enough vampires for this guy? Probably not. 1, 2, 3... Yeah, not really. Yeah, I think we cut this Field Creeper. I guess we could put in this Falconwrath Reaver, and then maybe this Stormkirk Mentor is good enough. Does that make Indulgent Aristocrat good enough? One, two... We don't have, like, good things to sacrifice, though, is the problem. Nah, it's not good enough. Okay, so at the moment we have one cut to make. Probably is just this stupid 2-2. We may probably sort of fairly aggressively want to sideboard this out against like decks, well, mostly sort of other red or black decks. So they tend to be quite punishing to 1 toughness creatures. I think like Deranged Whelp is just a better card than Falconwrath Reaver on the face of it, so I think it's better to start with a Whelp. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. We're not making great use out of these Weaver of Lightnings, but we unfortunately can't really do much better. Like, if you look at the instant sorcerers in our sideboard, they're so weak. I suppose it wouldn't be completely unreasonable to try and play one of these stupid Stensia Banquets. The problem is, though, that we don't want to let our creature count get too low either. And all of our like non-creature, non-instant or sorcery spells, are, like, we've got 2 of them, they're both excellent. Like, but especially trying to play this Distended Mindbender and stuff, we want quite a few creatures. Okay, so we certainly need... So I only double cost. We have a lot of double black, so I think despite having more red cards, we want probably 9 swamps. So succumb to temptation, we No, if you can't reliably cast it on turn 3, it loses quite a lot of the purpose of a card, really. It's possible that, like, one Stentia Banquet is better than one of the Succumb to Temptations. I don't think so, though. Alright, let's run this now and see you back for round 1.